You never asked.
Wow. You're
like
such
that?
a creep.
You never asked.
You ain't even got to worry about me. I need to go and... I cannot believe you. Take off them ridiculous glasses, too.
What are you laughing about?
That's funny.
That's not funny.
It is funny because you should not be doing
I'm
that.
not laughing here.
You can't have both. You can't have your cake and eat it too, sir.
I did have my cake and I ate both cakes too.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I like that shit.
And I ate both of them. What up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome to another edition of the Ain't Money Experience, the podcast unlike no other. How y'all doing, ladies and gentlemen? I am not going to lie to y'all. It's been a hell of a week, but I am here, and we are going to have fun this week. A lot of craziness going on in the world, but I'm glad that y'all could come here and forget about it temporarily and air out your grievances. But y'all know this is damn, I lost my train of thought just that quick. It's the unofficial start of the weekend. I hope everybody got great plans for this weekend. Saturday's supposed to be a little nasty, but that's neither here nor there. We're not going to let that stop the show. But if you are here right now, you are watching on the most dangerous podcast network in the world, the big exclusive network. If you have a podcast idea you want curated, your podcast needs a home, your podcast needs a new home, come on over to the winning team. Also, if you would like to be a co-host on the Ain't Money Experience, make sure you DM me. If you would like your business or initiative, idea, anything that you want spotlighted, your whack-ass mixtape, your charity, your next rap battle, your new single, anything, make sure you come up here. Casey, no. But before we go any further, a message from our sponsors. And much like Casey did, if you are watching, make sure you drop a comment so I can shout you out. Without further ado, let's jump into that If It Bleeds, It Leads. Okay, before we get started, I want to say rest in peace to a hip-hop icon, legend in the game. He's brought us productions from Jay-Z to DMX to I read Kanye West earlier. I mean, Ja Rule, of course, head of Murder Inc. Rest in peace, Irv Gotti, definitely a legend. Oh, producer, you fast on the draw. Now, I'm going to say one thing. Why they don't got no normal pictures of Irv Gotti? Every picture got like a shit-eating grin. And 50 Cent is a wild bull because 50 Cent didn't waste no time. I had heard he was sick. And before I heard any updates, I saw 50 Cent talking about he was smoking on that Irv Gotti pack. Damn, 50 is a petty guy. Probably one of the only people I know that's a little bit pettier than me. Also, I forgot to mention, make sure you get your big exclusive network subscription. Unlock some exclusive content that's only available to members. Make sure y'all do that. But producer, bring up my first post, please. 7 people were killed in a fatal Philadelphia plane crash, including 6 Mexicans who traveled to the U.S. for minor patients treatment. One person on the ground was also killed. Damn, dyslexia kicking my ass today. First and foremost, rest in peace to the individuals that lost their life as a result of this accident. Speedy recovery to all the people that were injured and the people that witnessed it. That's kind of traumatic, and that's a wild situation. You could take that down, producer. That was the second plane accident in 2 weeks that was kind of in proximity of me. Well, actually, they were 48 hours apart because I live near the one that happened in the Potomac in VA, and it was wild. I was on the expressway, and not gonna lie, I pulled out my phone to look at what was going on social media because this was a long stretch of highway. It's me driving, no cars around me, and I saw a plane crash in Northeast. I'm like, damn. First thing I thought is the airport in the Northeast. My parents are 3 blocks away from that, and my mother just actually happened to be in close proximity of the accident. She said that she was actually going to go down that way, and at last minute she decided she was going to go the other way. And I was like, damn. You know what? Actually, what up, niece? I did see that. Rest in peace, Steve. That's unfortunate. I mean, he was just in his car, and for that to happen, I can't imagine. Prayers go out to his family, and I believe his son was in the car with him. I wish his son a speedy recovery as well. Now, let's jump into the shits. Now that we got that out the way, producer, play my next video, please.
I want to ask black people, how would you feel if white people held an event every year on the coast, the South Coast, Gulf Coast, and we called it White Beach Weekend? And black people weren't allowed to attend this event.
Girl, we wouldn't give a llama's left coochie lip if you and every other white person in white America gathered together today on the nearest beach eating potato salad with raisins in it and dancing offbeat to the Beach Boys. But I do have a question for you, Joy. How would you and all of those white people feel if we as black people came to that very same beach that y'all were having White Beach Wednesday or whatever you just said, and we stole you? And we drug you across an ocean to an entirely new continent and made you build a country after stealing everything from you. And then we offered you nothing in return for your services. How would you all feel, Joy? Every single time I hear something like this fly out of a white person's mouth, it just goes to show that you are more of an enemy than an ally. Because what about Black History Month makes you so upset? Joy, do you not understand that we were enslaved for hundreds of years? We were stolen, beaten, raped, murdered, and given absolutely nothing in return after building this country. And so because we take 1 month out of the year and we desire to celebrate ourselves, it makes you upset? And who in the hell told you in that partially crossed eye that white people could not participate in Black History Month? Who said that, Joy? Nobody.
First and foremost, happy Black History Month to all my folks. Black History Month should be 365 days a year. But I played that video because I had an incident this week. And it was kind of similar to along the lines of what that white lady said. First of all, I am a firm believer that Black history, I think history, no matter what the culture, should be acknowledged by all cultures because every culture got a little something that they went through. And if you don't acknowledge it, it can happen again. But second of all, why do people do this? I'm not even going to place this on white people. Why do you feel the need to voice your opinion? If it don't apply, let it the fuck fly. If you don't celebrate Black History Month, that's cool. But keep that same energy on Cinco de Mayo when you drinking to these same people that you sending back to Mexico. But celebrating their freedom. They don't even celebrate Cinco de Mayo. But also, on that note, when I woke up on Saturday, I'm like, yo, it's Black History Month. I made a post. Happy Black History Month. You know, people liked it, a couple people commented. And then there's one individual that I went to basic training with felt the need to say, you can't celebrate that. I want to say this. Don't let the current president's statements, because he can make those. He's in a position where he can make them. But don't let them statements get your ass kicked. He had the nerve to say you can't celebrate it. I took the political route. I said, no, just because DEI is going away, the government is not acknowledging it, but it can still be celebrated. He said, no, you can't celebrate it. You should probably worry about your freedom because I know that you're Mexican. And I remember you got your papers when you was in basic training to become a citizen, but you got your papers. I highly doubt that your people got them. He has Secret Service. You don't equal lefts and rights for everybody. Yo, equal lefts and rights for everybody. And I could say something after that, but I don't want to say that on camera. 7 pounds of pressure. But no, happy Black History Month. I hope everybody takes some time out to acknowledge something in Black history this month. I saw that yesterday, actually, one of the last left Tuskegee Airmen died at 100. I believe it was his birthday as well. But may he rest in peace. And we got to preserve our history because, I mean, Irv Gotti was only 52 or 54, something like that. My math a little off. But, I mean, he's a part of hip-hop history, which is a part of Black history. We got to uphold our legends while we have them because you never know. But, producer, my next video, please.
Talk to you about just the rise of women in R&B and the way they were really at the forefront. Can you talk about just this new trend that we're seeing in R&B where we're seeing more of a fusion? We're seeing people blend the genre with pop, blend the genre with hip-hop and rock as well.
Yes, I think it's interesting.
Chapel.
You guys want to do that? Go do that.
So sorry, baby. I'm so sorry.
Cope, what up with you? Thank you for coming through and joining tonight. Another example. Stop fucking playing with our legends. Babyface, I was watching something earlier and they were breaking down his accolades. And I mean, the man has 100 top singles. Why y'all play in his face like that? Now, I read something that said Babyface shouldn't have took the interview. He should have just kept it pushing. But I mean, somebody want to come up, have an interview with him, ask him a question. I mean, a dumbass question, but a question nonetheless. And y'all rude enough to interrupt him while he in the middle of giving his interview. And he handled it with a little pettiness, but I would have politely gave her, bitch, I'm still talking. And you know, would have been the fake shock after that. Oh, you called me a bitch? Bitch, you interrupted me. You asked me a question, I answered it. I gave you the time of day. I'm a living legend. I don't have to say shit to you. But they've really played excuse me. They really played in Babyface's face. And you know, I forgot to do this on the last video, but to them two young ladies that was playing in Babyface's face, and also to that individual that felt the nerve to say what he felt like he wanted to say about Black History Month, you both, all three of you, y'all can share this. You're a crumb bum.
You're a crumb creep. I want to fight you. You don't have the courage. You're a real crumb bum.
Y'all can share this, what you say, equal lefts and rights all together. But with that being said, let's get into something a little bit on the funnier side. We won't get right back to the bullshit after this, but let's get into something on the funnier side. This lady has been my favorite internet sensation for the last, I guess, week. Producer, play my next video, please.
My demand today is to put on a newspaper that y'all gonna give us money tomorrow or by the ending of this week. We need 50K. Listen, it's not about that. It's about money. So send it in. We need 50K.
तस्वुर नहीं कर सकता था कि कराची के हवाले से इस किस्म की कोई आवाज या कोई शख्स ऐसी हरकत करेगा। और अगर भाई तुमने बुलाया है, ये तो 19 साल नौजवान है, गार्डन का सुन रहा है भाई, अगर तुमने बुलाया है तो फिर करो ना शादी। अब ये कौन सा नया ड्रामा लिया है तुम कि मेरी अम्मी नहीं मान रही और अब्बू नहीं मान रहे।
Now, if you are unfamiliar with this young lady, she has been tearing the internet up for the last week. Oh, I believe it's Onaja Robinson. So, in a nutshell, Pulse, she came out to Pakistan. She had been talking to this guy for I forget how long, and she was coming there he had agreed to give her $50,000 as well as marry her. Now she gets there and she catfished him, from what I understand. She had crazy makeup on and stuff like that that altered her appearance. She gets to Pakistan and his parents was like, no. And she was like, oh, a word? Well, I'm not leaving. So what we doing? So she decided to take this to the media. And her first thing was, I'm not leaving. Y'all owe me $50,000. I'm not going nowhere. She camped out in front of his house initially. Then she went to the public and she told the government, no, y'all gonna give me 100 stacks. Now, this 100 stacks is not for me. I want to help the community since I'm here. And you know, I'm gonna only take 20,000. I'm gonna build up the community and I'm gonna go to Dubai. I'm not worried. I'm not trying to build nothing for me. I'm gonna go to Dubai, but y'all gonna give me 20,000 for my hard work. And I admire the set of stones that this lady has, the demand that the government gives her this money. And then on top of this, other men have been coming up and trying to marry her. I guess it's for the clout chasing. But this young lady is in Pakistan giving these people hell. There have been updates every day. But listen, I ain't mad at you, sister. Like it say in the Bible, get your money, man. Now back to the bullshit. Producer, play my next video, please. No, the vid. Hold on 1 second. You know what? We're gonna hold off on that real quick. You know what? Bring up the 76ers post. The Philadelphia 76ers have officially, well, let me just read off the picture. The 76ers ownership group has officially submitted a bid to bring a WNBA team to Philadelphia. What would you want the team to be named? Well, be called. You can take that down. I think this is an interesting question because I don't know. There's a couple different names that we could call this Philadelphia team. I seen somebody say, can we decline? No, I think it'd be good to have another team in the city. I heard the Philadelphia Jones. I thought that was appropriate and funny. I'm not gonna lie, it got a little crazy after that. It was a lot of names that I could not say comfortably. Psych, somebody said the Philly bitches. I was like, I would say Philly rough bitches personally. But no, shout out to that. I hope that the Sixers make that happen. I think it would be good. WNBA games can be a little enjoyable and a little corny at the same time. But in other sports news, a lot of blockbuster trades have been going on this week. Luka has been traded from Dallas to the Lakers. I would like to see how that's going to work out. It gives LeBron another impact player on the team, but I don't really care for them. Also, Butler has been traded to the Golden State Warriors. That is a wild ass trade. You know what? Luka to the Lakers and AD to Dallas was wild, and Butler to the Warriors as well. The West got some crazy ass playoff games ahead of them, but I like it. Shakes up the league a little bit. I like when blockbuster trades happen because it's been a little while since we had a trade that was just like, damn, that's crazy, where it gives a team automatic impact. I also seen a crazy statistic about Joel Embiid yesterday. Apparently, Joel Embiid, through the almost, I believe maybe about 10 years of his career, has only played 46% of his games. So throughout his career, he has missed half his games, more than half. That is wild as shit. Butler going burn GS. He wants to be in Phoenix. You know, I think he wanted to be in Phoenix, but it just wasn't working out. KD wasn't going nowhere. Bradley Beal had a no trade clause that he was not backing up on. My bad, not Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal. And I mean, they just couldn't find a way to make it happen. So he had to take what was necessary, but he wanted out of Miami. You know, if they do this government cutting jobs, that's how I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be at work acting a goddamn fool until y'all give me my severance pay. But that's another story. The Philadelphia Eagles will be playing the Kansas City Chiefs this weekend. I'm tired of all these fake Eagles fans. A lot of y'all wasn't Kansas City fans about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, but it's a lot of glazing going on. If that's what you're into, shout out to that. But producer, with that being said, play my funny video of the week.
Are the top.
Want to talk about fighting and getting busy and all that? Philly, I get y'all that. Y'all niggas can fight. But y'all niggas is angry, dirty niggas, bro. Respectfully. Don't talk to me about fashion, bro. Nobody in history ever said, yo, I'm going to Philly for the summer. Nobody. Nobody. What you going over to get high? You going to Kensington to get high to do the Don't Fiend Lean? Fuck out of here, son. A New York boxer would never make some cut-off denim shorts and some fake Timbs. Never. We would never do that shit. I said, that nigga from Philly, bro. And now Googled him. Philly. I was right. You know, Philly niggas always got to show that they tough. We get it. Y'all can fight. It's an angry place. If y'all ever go to a Philly game, all the Philly fans is in the upper deck because they too poor to afford the lower tier seats. That's why when I go to Philly games, I just stick my middle finger up there because they can't afford to be down there where I'm at.
I'm tired of these dirty ass New Yorkers playing with us. Philadelphia is not the cleanest of cities, but it is way better than New York. I actually went to Queens this past August, September timeframe. And it really smells like shit in New York. I mean, New York is so overrated. I've had friends from Virginia say, oh, we're going to go to New York and then Philly for the weekend. This one group of friends went and they were there for about 2 weeks. I mean, not 2 weeks, for about a week, spent 5 days in New York and the last day in Philly and was like, damn, I should have came here the whole time. You know, it's a lot of go birds on my in my comments, and it's disgusting. I don't actually like that for you at all. But homeboy was talking real crazy, and you acknowledged that we have hands. And you know, I'm not going to say everybody that I know from Philly is fighters, like in a good way, but I know more that can fight that cannot. Homeboy, and I do like your content, and I have a video of yours I'm going to actually play next week for my funny video of the week. But for that, and for all you Eagles fans in my comments, y'all some crumb bombs.
You're a crumb creep. I want to fight you. You don't have the courage. You're a real crumb bum.
Cope, I didn't say Buffalo. I said New York as in New York City. When we refer to New York, that's what we're talking about, New York City. I'm going to be honest. The rest of the state kind of has it hard. It's like when we refer to Pennsylvania, we're only talking about Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. We're not acknowledging anything else. But that was my funny video of the week. I'm not going to lie, my blood started boiling a little bit the first time I saw that. And I was like, I'm going to piss y'all off as well. But I got a better thing to talk about. We're going to mellow it out a little bit. It's been a little aggressive this episode. Ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into that lounge talk.
My bad, had some technical difficulties.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. You know what? He didn't prove his point, though. And I mean, he could line it up. But actually, since we having a little technical difficulties, and my producer is working it out, I'll throw a little wine cooler topic. Was there ever an album that y'all heard that y'all wasn't quite feeling? Like at the end of the day, okay, before I go any further, let's jump into that lounge talk. Surprise, surprise. But was there ever like a album or an artist that you just wasn't quite feeling? You thought it was overrated? Kendrick album, Cope. Ooh, that Kendrick album was all right. Wait, which Kendrick album? Because I'll tell you, I actually do like all of Kendrick's albums except for I forgot what it was called, but it's the album before he came out with this one. I wasn't really feeling it. I thought that it was I don't think that he put his full effort into it, and it seemed like he was going for a different sound, but I wasn't really feeling it. GNX, yo, Cope, that was an alright album. Now I think that I'm a fan of both Kendrick and Drake, and I felt like there was a lot of stands that have come out and showed their faces in the meantime. I'm not a stan of either one of them. And honestly, looking at both of them, I'm probably more of a Drake. No, I am more of a Drake fan. But the stands were acting like I love Kendrick since before he was mainstream. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And mainstream Kendrick is a little weird because it feels a little forced, but I mean, like songs like "We Gonna Be Alright" went mainstream. I like that mainstream version of Kendrick where he's still being true to him. But I don't know. I thought that the album was meant to just, give the people something. Give the people something to go by. Now, what I will say is I am a Drake fan, but there's been a lot of Drake glazing lately. Drake hasn't released a great or even good album in a while. I think the one he had with 21 was pretty good. I feel like the one that he had for the Dogs, trash. Scorpio, trash. He's been releasing a lot of bullshit. Now, Good Kid, Mad City was a banger. Good Kid, Mad City was definitely a good one. It's a tough argument between that and Damn, but I was seeing people say that GNX was better than Good Kid, Mad City, and I was like, whoa. Think that's a bit much. Now, I did enjoy the album, and it was one of the albums last year that I went back to the most because it wasn't a lot of good albums. And looking at the forecast, it doesn't look like a lot of good albums are going to be coming out this year either. Actually, Cole, did you listen to that new Weeknd album? I'm actually going to give that a listen probably tonight after the podcast while I'm sitting there and playing the PS5. But with that being said, back to regular scheduled programming. Producer, play my lounge talk topic of the
top 10 nightclubs in Philadelphia.
Noto?
Noto is number 2.
Newer. So I know like Mr. Ivy just opened.
That is number 10 on the list.
Okay, Mr. Ivy. That one you have to go to. Highly recommend. Such a fun time. Yes. Very, very fun.
So number 10, you had Mr. Ivy, which you got. Number 9 is Roar. Number 8 is Tierra Nightclub. Number 7 is Concourse.
Does that even count? That is, oh my gosh. You can be 18, fresh in college, and get into Concourse. Like that.
Yeah, that's the ball pit, right?
It's the ball pit. It's the slide to get in.
Number 6, this one was a super surprise. Kavanaugh's River Deck.
Okay, we need to define club because that is a bar and it has a nightlife, but that's not a club.
5 is Reserve Lounge. Number 4 is Voyeur.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so then is Woody's also on there?
It is not. I know, yeah.
I don't understand.
Number 3 is Vesper. Number 2 is Noto.
Yeah.
And number 1 was Midnight in the Wicked.
Now, I thought this was an interesting topic. I came across this a couple days ago, and I thought it was an interesting video because I was looking at some of these choices, and I was like, Concourse, I heard people had fun there, but do I consider the club? Tierra, when they said Tierra, Tierra was a dope club. If you are unfamiliar with Tierra, Tierra is a Colombian restaurant on 5th Street, not too far from 5th and the Boulevard, and it turns into a club, and they don't do parties all the time. It's more of a Spanish club, but every once in a while, they do like a basically, I would say like a hip hop night, and it is fire. Tierra is a time. Listen, niece, next time they tossing around a flyer, you got to do it. Now, the one thing I like about Tierra is when they do throw events, they only do them on like 3-day weekends. So it's like guaranteed, like one of those you're not going to have to work tomorrow, and it's going to be on a Sunday. Fire. But my question is, what are some of the most fire clubs or bars that you've been to in Philadelphia? Now, I was trying to figure out why she said Woody's as well. That was a weird pick, man. Dances, I was a little too young for dances, but I definitely that was more like my aunt's age group. That's she's probably about 15 years older than me, so I was too young for dances. But the Tierra was a fire pick. Shampoo. How many of y'all remember Shampoo? Shampoo was a time. You walked in. At certain points, they would be like bubbles all over the place. Roar is hit or miss with me. I've had some nights where I went in Roar where it was like, yo, I don't want to leave. Then I had some nights in Roar where I was like, get me the fuck out of here. Yeah, Shampoo was definitely a vibe. How many of y'all remember Palmer's? Palmer's was another one that was a great time. I love Palmer's. Palmer's was on 2nd and Spring Garden, I believe. It was a good one. Oh damn, Tasha, I'm sorry to hear that, because it was a time. Next one on March 8th. Oh, don't say that. Oh, I might be there. Noto, I've never gone to Noto. I really don't like the places where it'd be like a lot of celebrities, because once a celebrity slap their name on it, they raising the prices, and it's like, yo, I'm not here for the celebrity DEN. I can do without that. But Noto also, look, the thing I will say about Noto is it is one of the few places that's still around in Philly where you can go. Celebrities are going to go there, and it's a draw where if it's a rapper that's having a concert, or if an athlete wins a big game, you can find yourself there. But before I go any further, producer, I want to know what the people got to say about that. So, producer, drop that link. And I want to know what's some of your favorite spots ever in Philly. Another one, there was a spot, Recess, that Recess was, it's a restaurant now, but Recess was a time. I remember they would have the most fire day parties at Recess, and I really miss it. One of my homies actually told me that they got like some kind of other thing going on there where they like going back towards that. The law, I've always looked at Manayunk as being like a part of the neighborhood where like the white college kids went, until I actually went in Manayunk. Mad River is a good one in Manayunk. I definitely had some times in Mad River. Some others, they mentioned River Deck in the they mentioned River Deck in that video. And River Deck, see, she was confused about it, because I think that if you go to Riverdeck any other time outside of the ditch days that I've seen that they've been throwing, the ditch days have looked epic. But Riverdeck Sundays is a time. Now, it's going to be a lot of Western Indians there, and it's going to smell like armpits, and it's going to be hot as fuck if you go in the summer. But Riverdeck is definitely a good time. You never been to Riverdeck? Oh man, Riverdeck is a time. If you are into soca, reggae, or I forget the other one, the other music that's really popular right now. Yeah, for sure, we could definitely make that happen. But yeah, if you are into just Western Indian culture or African culture and music, it is a time. You'd be scared to pop out, girl. Live a little. But also, let me see some other fire spots in Philly. I like Spike. Spike is a good time up northeast. Crush is a good time up northeast. Charlie B's is an interesting place because Charlie B's is more of a bar. It's ratchet, but it is a good time. Just don't go to the one in Logan. It gets shot up a lot. Let me see. There was one that was up in Felton, the Felton. Now, I was mad because every time I wanted to go to the Felton, it was always overcrowded. Oh, for sure. For sure. I'm ready for a game night. But the Felton, that was a good time. Well, no, it looked like a good time. I could never get in. I was either always too late because, yes, definitely cool. When you come in town, it's out. Ryan, I absolutely disagree. I don't think the best spots are downtown. I mean, I don't know. You know what? Downtown is always going to have spots, but I don't think they necessarily end up being the best spots. Charlie B's was not Charlie B's. What's the one up Feltonville? I can't think of it. Downtown is definitely expensive. Like DC has a bunch of nice spots as well, but I'm not trying to pay an arm and a leg. Also, shout out to Ryan. Thank you for joining tonight, good brother. We ain't seen you up here in a minute. But Buffy's, whoa. Girl, how old are you talking about going to Buffy's? But let me see. What was some other good spots? Damn. Buffy's, that was a wild one. You might as well say wide body. No, actually, I'm not going front on it. Buffy's was definitely a good time. The slushies were always damaging, and Buffy's is one of those places my father told me he never wanted me to go to because he was a police officer in that district. And when I told him that I started going, he was upset. The Clock Bar is an underrated underrated spot as well. Clock Bars and Eagle Bar. If you know about the Clock Bar and the Eagle Bar, you know I haven't gone in a long time, but yo, you wildin'. But yeah, the Clock Bar and the Eagle Bar is epic. If you have ever gone to the Clock Bar, and I wonder if Net still works there. I am not gonna lie. Net calls me to crash one of my cars. She would make at the time I was drinking Long Island's and trash cans and Jesus rice. The amount of liquor that would be poured in there. I couldn't tell you anything about Woody's. I've never partaken in such activity. Rest in peace to Marv. Marv Love was a fucking time. Now, I didn't like that they used to cut they liquor, but it would be Sundays and Marv was a vibe for a long time. I had a lot of people that would drag me to Marv's, and I would be like, I don't want to go. And then once I got there, it was always a great time. Let me see what's some Fibbers for sure. COVID messed Fibbers up, and it was never the same after that. I haven't gone in after that, but once they took away the once they made the social distancing, Fibbers was kind of a fall off. But you know what? I would actually be curious. I gotta go back and see what Fibbers looked like. But yeah, Philly has some legendary spots. Transit is one that I didn't go to when it was Transit. Once I started really going out, Transit was like no more. And it had a couple different names, but it didn't have the same type of vibe. What up, Quill? Quill, the topic right now is what is some of the most legendary spots in Philly, club or bar? Miller's isn't a bad spot in general. I like Miller's. Miller's is one of my, I'm not going to say that up here because I don't want to incriminate myself. Psych, I lied. Miller's is one of them spots that I take somebody where it's like the early phases of us dating, and I'm just trying to fill you out, see what you about. We could go to, Quill, Chrome. Chrome was a legendary spot. Chrome was one of the most lit places. That was one of the first places that I went to as a nightclub. Chrome was a good one. Copas, Copas is always going to be Copas. I've had great times in Copas, and no matter when you go, it never changes. It's always the same vibe. The food is okay. I'm not going to go crazy like the food is amazing, but the food is good for where it is. But the drinks and everything. Ryan, how you old enough to remember dances? But no, Copas is a good one. But Chrome, Quill, you just brought back some memories with that one. Do y'all remember Egypt's? Ron, I think that A Street Lounge, that was a legendary one. Yeah, Ron, I think that Landmark actually is closed down now. They changed it into Blue Brook. Yeah, sorry you had to find out about it like this, brother. But A Street Lounge, yeah, that was a good one. It was one. What about 923? Now, 923 was a spot that I never went to. Rest in peace, Mad Max. Mad Max on City, not City Line. That was down on what's it called, UPenn campus. But yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, what was Golf on Social was another one that was Golf and Social was another one that was good. Unfortunately, that was one of those places that the pandemic and a shootout closed that establishment down, but that was a good time. Club Fridays. Oh, if you know about Club Fridays, because Fridays wasn't a club at all, but it turned into a club on the weekends. Shout out to Iverson, legendary individual icon in the city that made that a thing. And Club Fridays was a thing way beyond Iverson's playing years. That's how legendary he was. And it was a good time. They do like little karaoke nights, and that's not typically like a Fridays thing, but they definitely had that popping. But y'all killed that one. Nobody called them, but y'all really killed that topic. That was a good joint. I appreciate y'all coming through this. That shit was definitely lit, but I appreciate y'all coming through tonight. It has been a rough one for us all. Prayers out to all the families that have been affected by these plane accidents, these people that have been affected by the recent things that have come out and with these executive orders, whether it be the immigration stuff, whether it be the loss of employment. Everybody make sure you are checking up on your folks, because these things are really taking effect on people, and you just never know what somebody could be going through. But I definitely want to say I appreciate y'all coming through tonight. Y'all killed Lounge Talk, but y'all know how I like to end every show. Live every day like it's your last, but make sure you're prepared for tomorrow. God bless and good night.